What's up, 49er Faithful? It's your boy, Chili Will. Welcome to the 49er Street Squad. You know what we're about to do. Another 49er victory. We sweep the Seattle Seahawks. 2 games. Knock them out. That's what I'm talking about. 49ers come back home, take care of business. And a lot has happened over the weekend. And we're going to get into it and talk about it, you know. But let me go ahead and let's bring in the boys. Ready to hang out and get some 49er talk on. Let's bring my man all the way from the East Coast. Always chilling with us. It's always great to have him. Let's get him on in here, my boy Monty. What's up, Monty?
What's going on, Chill Will?
And let's go all the way live from Las Vegas, man. We got the boy, the man with the golden nuggets. Always has some special nuggets at the end of the show from my man, Nana Rio. What's up, Rio?
Sipping out my blue cup. Give a little shout out to my boys. The Cowgirls came through.
Woo! Hell yeah, man. We had to be Cowboy fans for a little bit, didn't we, yesterday on Sunday?
From 5:15 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Sunday, I was a Cowgirls fan.
Yeah. I think, you know what? I think all 49er favorite was Cowgirl fans on Sunday, man, because that was a much-needed win to help us out to claim the number 1 seed in the NFC, baby. So you know what that means. If you're really looking at the end of the season right now, it would be really good for us because it would be something like where we got the brackets here. We'd be looking at something like this, you know, San Francisco 49ers number 1. And then Philadelphia gets knocked down, number 5 seed. They would be playing Tampa Bay right now. Then Minnesota would have to play Detroit and Green Bay and Dallas, man. That's what could be happening. If we can maintain, especially if the Niners can just maintain the rest of and win the rest of these 4 games, which I'm sure they will. Because they know what's on the line. You know, Mission Possible 6 has to happen. So the good news, Phase 1 is complete in Mission Possible 6 because Green Bay Packers had lost against the Giants, right? And that knocked them in. The at least so far got themselves a playoff clinched berth in the playoffs. So we're good there. So you know, that mission is complete. So the next mission is should be on Sunday after we whoop on Arizona. We're gonna win this NFC West once again. And you know, put all them teams to shame. Rams, Seattle. Well, Seattle's out. You know.
I got a quick sidebar for you before we get into our in-depth stuff.
Hit me.
I just looked at that picture, man, of the seeding with Niners number 1, Baltimore number 1.
Mm-hmm. You know what that means. You know what's coming.
Do we want that rematch? Do we want to go?
We want to rematch.
We want
at this point, it don't even matter who we play.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Playing like this. I'm just saying, do we want that rematch to go ahead and just get that out the way? Because that was that you know how that felt. Like there's 2 rematches I think we want. That's KC.
We gonna have that rematch on Christmas Day though.
No. I'm talking about the real rematch, Super Bowl Ravens or Super Bowl KC. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what they're saying. You look at this now. If you look at this Super Bowl emblem, you see the colors in there, right? And you see a little bit of that purple and a little tint of red right there, and they, that usually signifies something. At least it has the last couple of seasons. So,
that's what it is.
What everybody's saying.
That's what they're saying.
That's what they're saying. If you go back, if you go back and look at the symbol for the last couple of years, the color
always matched the teams that was going to make it.
Teams that was in there, and the team.
That's right. The Rams did have that. It was some yellow, blue, or something going on in the logo.
Yep.
Okay.
And last year it was green and red.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
And that was before the Super Bowl before they knew who was going.
Absolutely.
Yes. Oh,
that logo! That logo was made up already for this year, and
that's true.
We're not even.
Yeah, look at that sucker.
Okay.
And I think it goes back to 2019 when we played the Chiefs. It was yellow and red.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. And
all right, so that script, the NFL script is in full effect?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that's what's happening. I think the NFL Matrix, man, is happening, bro.
All right.
And usually the team with the less color in the emblem usually wins.
Okay.
So if you look at that emblem, you see there's a lot more purple in that color. If you look at that and see a little hint of red there in the middle.
Little hint red, man.
A little hint.
I'm gonna go with your theory. We only got a little bit of red in there.
A little bit of red in there.
Like
so
25% red in there, man.
We got a long way to go though before that.
So yes, we do. So we're not trying to, we don't want to, jump the gun, but I told you already in the beginning of the season, man, it's all about Mission Impossible 6. It's got to get done no matter what.
I'm gun jumping all day long. All right, man. I told you I'm not holding back no more. I spent too many years being too scared of.
Thank you.
F that. We doing it.
That's right. We are coming live, and we're gonna make sure that the Niners come on out and take care of business and do what they got to do. And so, one Sunday at a time. Niners. The Niners had to host the Seattle Seahawks, so we had a little bit of a little bit of turkey leftover, and so we had to finish eating the rest of the turkey.
Yeah.
Putting these jive turkeys out of sight, out of mind. And so, no Gino.
Gino didn't want to see us.
He didn't want to see us. Yeah, exactly. Gino was
scared. You how scared he is of the Niners. You didn't believe me.
Gino.
He was out on the field. And he was like, man, nah, man. I'm going home, dog.
How many times you see him go up to, what was that quarterback's name? Banks or something like that, right?
I don't know that dude.
I can't remember the guy's name. But anyway, he must have went up to him about
Seattle quarterback?
Yeah. Who was the guy, the backup guy?
Drew Lock. Yeah, that's right.
Lock. Oh, there you go. He must have walked up to him, I don't know how many times, and said, brother, I'm glad it's you and not me.
Yeah.
Man, I can't handle it. I just can't handle that defense, man. Chase Young, Bosa coming down my way. Don't want to have to do anything with them guys. And it's you. So, Mr. Locke, go ahead, do your thing. But so they said in the beginning of the game, he was out there trying to throw around, but supposedly I think he's got a groin issue or whatever. So they were like, nah, you're not playing. Gino, you're not playing. He probably said, damn it, good. I'm glad y'all didn't clear me. I didn't want to play this game anyway. But you know what? We might have to check. I mean, I don't know if he's going to come back next weekend because you know who they got to play, right?
We better hope he does. That's the only chance they got to beat Philly.
No, right. Yeah, they got to play Philly next. Is it in Philly or is it in Seattle? I think
it's in Seattle.
It's in Seattle.
Oh, it's in Seattle?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, we might have to become Bird Turd fans for like a couple hours. Maybe,
Listen, if we were Cowgirl fans, we could be Bird Turd fans too.
Yeah, we could be Bird Turd fans, and we continue to feast on the bird season. Eliminate these birds. So, 2 teams down, basically, one twice, and one we got them Eagles. So now we got Arizona coming up. So we got to get prepared and ready for that. But let's go back. Let's go back on Sunday's game, guys. Man, tell me. Was looking kind of exciting at first, that first little play that they got off with my boy CMC.
Yeah.
Of course, he breaks to our favorite side, the left side, finds his little gaps, and he found his way. I thought the brother was on his way. I was watching it the whole time, and I looked out in front of him. I didn't see nobody out there. I thought, he's got this. This is 7-0 right here. 7-0.
Chili Will, they had a prop. They got prop bets, right? Of course, they had a prop bet for CMC.
Really?
To go over 71 or 72 yards.
Oh, really? Oh, man.
Yeah.
I know you got that one, right?
First play.
Yeah.
In the bag. Come on, man.
Woo.
First play.
The Music Factory was doing it.
In the bag. I love that, man. Hey, I just want to say this real quick. Trent Williams is probably going to be the first jersey that I purchase for somebody on the offensive line. I've never purchased an offensive line jersey. I'm big on like the offense, like as far as quarterback, running back, tight end, wide receiver, traditional stuff, right?
Right. Yeah.
This is probably going to be the first time because he deserved it.
Yeah, he did.
He deserved it. He's a beast.
I think we need to get a shirt that says left side, strong side.
To the left, to the left.
To the left.
That's what
Boy, hey, I'm telling you, the right side, hey, they sometimes come with a little bit because sometimes Trent he'll make he'll run and make the play on that side too, but of course he has to run a lot more further and stuff. But right side not as strong as that left side. The left side is all day long. That play is I think that's like their golden gem play when they that break that run out to the left, right behind all them blockers, man. Because you got Big Trent leading the way. He's blocking about 2 or 3 guys, and you got Banks and everybody. Everybody just goes to the left, man. And they just know exactly where to run. They know right where it's going to part, and that gap's going to open up, man. And then it's either CMC or Debo, man. They're going to take off all the time and usually get a good score or definitely get some good yards out of that play like all the time. That's got to be that's like their cream of the play right there. That's cream of the top.
Cream.
Hey, did you guys notice at the end of that run who was the first person there to pick up CMC?
Yeah, man. I was still working on that. Brock Purdy. Boy.
Brock Purdy, he got down there with him. 72 yards.
I was like, how the hell did he get down there so fast? Because I saw him pick him up on going, and I was tripping on that. I go,
yeah, man.
Where the hell did he come from?
He ran down there with him.
Yeah, he sure did. And I kept going back to look on the replay, but you don't really see Brock, like after he hands it off in the way the camera goes, you don't really see him anymore. So you're like, okay, where's he at? And I think was it today or yesterday? I saw somebody had I guess one of those overall peripheral. They get the those video plays from the team of the whole game. Yeah, Sky Shot. Yeah, and so I saw it on there. I go, oh, okay. Look at Brock just take off, man. I mean, he kind of disappeared for a minute, but then you do see him, run down there. So I'm going, okay, there you go.
You gotta love that, bro.
Hey, man, he was. Hey, you know what? That's what I'm talking about, man. Just love the fire in this kid. Just love the fire in this kid, man, because he is just.
You know what? The more they hate on him, the more that fire is gonna grow.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about this. How I watch these videos and they all talk about him. You know what? Keep hating on that man.
No, keep doing.
All it's gonna do is fuel the fire. Fuel the fire. And he's gonna come out there and do what he do.
Oh, Brock's supposed to be still leading for MVP. I don't care what Dak did last week.
Okay, let me ask you guys this question real quick. Now, like you said, Monty, there's all this crazy talk. They just don't want to give our boy his flowers. You know what I'm saying? The boy's just killing it. He's leading number one in practically every QB ratio you could think of. Is having obviously a very MVP season. But the question keeps coming up, and I don't quite. I mean, I know why, but it's just stupid to me. Is Brock Purdy a system quarterback?
No,
Monty, talk to me about that, man. Monty,
you know what? If you want to be real about it, every quarterback is a system quarterback because every quarterback's coming in and playing some sort of system.
Thank you.
He still has to put the ball where it needs to be. The problem is they want to talk about how 3-yard pass and Debo takes it to the house. You know what? Or Kyle Shanahan Bill Walsh was a genius. They didn't say that about Joe Montana when he had Jerry Rice, Taylor, Brent Jones, Roger Craig.
Exactly.
Andy Reid, one of the best play callers. They don't say that about Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
You know what I mean? When he
he's running what it is. Patrick Mahomes is running the Andy Reid system, correct?
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
So it goes just as in life. When you get a label, when you get labeled, it sticks with you. Like I was talking to a guy at my job today. Got this one guy got a bad rep because he was terrible. Then lazy, doesn't want to work. And you get labeled that. And no matter how bad you try to fix it, they're still going to remember that you were that lazy piece of crap that started 10 years ago. Now that you're working better. So this guy unfortunately, he got labeled Mr. Irrelevant coming because he was the last pick in the draft. And it seems like that's all the people could look at. The last pick in the draft, Mr. Irrelevant. You know what I mean? But if you look at some of these throws that he's throwing, he's leading his receivers spots. He's putting it between 4 defenders. And he's throwing the ball down the field. Like Brandon Ayuk was like non-existent when we had Jimmy.
Come on, man.
And now Brandon Ayuk is having 2 best years of his career.
Preach.
That throw he threw to Debo Samuel at 54.
Preach.
Debo didn't have to break stride. It was like it just kept going. Man. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable the throws and the moxie and the poise that this kid got in the pocket because he's just smart.
What did Jimmy G? When Jimmy G
took us to the Super Bowl, but Jimmy G did not run the offense the way this kid is running this offense.
No, what I'm saying is that when Jimmy G was QB, how much did Debo have to work to get touchdowns? He wasn't getting touchdowns like that. He wasn't getting touchdowns like that.
Nope.
Same thing. Same thing with Kittle. How much did Kittle have to work to get touchdowns?
Yep.
He left. So many times he left George Kittle out to just hang dry and get killed. Because remember, Jimmy always threw passes high to George Kittle where he had to leap up.
Debo had to jump up and saved a lot of interceptions for Jimmy. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. And he was vulnerable, open to get busted up, or hit hard in some kind of way. And all the time when Jimmy did throw a lot of his passes, might have had a couple of good ones where before they broke out of their their route or whatever, the ball was there, but that didn't happen too often. It was always when he would wait.
They
were where they needed to be, and then they always had to stop and adjust to catch a Jimmy G pass.
Right.
And then because our guys were so great at the yak, they were able to make plays, shake off their defenders to get that extra yards. So it wasn't what Jimmy was doing. It was what our guys were doing. But like you said, Monty, we now have a quarterback that can put the ball in these guys' buckets while they're in stride, without breaking the stride, without having to adjust too often. And like you said, those 2 big plays he had to the one to the Debo, and he had one to Ayuk. He threw way downfield. And I was like, my mouth hit the ground. I was like, wow. And
if you look at the sky view of that throw to Ayuk on the sideline, he released that ball while Ayuk was covered. He threw it to a spot and let Ayuk go get it. And Ayuk went and got it. Right. That's signs of a good quarterback. You know what I mean?
Right. And didn't he do the same thing?
Ayuk open.
Didn't he do the same thing with Christian? I think it was last week again with Christian McCaffrey.
Remember
he threw the ball. Christian didn't even turn around and look to see if it was coming yet. But just as he did let it go, he turned around, obviously sees it coming his way.
Makes a big
play. It was right there.
Chili Will.
He doesn't get enough.
Real. What is up with this system? Purdy being a system quarterback, man. This is freaking nonsense.
Chili Will, let's think about this, right? If he's a system quarterback, then why couldn't Jimmy G run the system? Why couldn't Trey Lance run the system? Why couldn't these other people run the system like Brock Purdy? It's just like how they tried to say that Tom Brady was great because of Belichick. And now he went on and he jumped into another system and made that system great. Why can't they say the QB is making the system great? You understand? Because right now, look at Belichick. I'm seeing rumors that the Patriots ready to part ways. This dude brought you all this championship. If your system is so good,
right?
Why are they ready to part ways?
Yeah, why isn't Jones out there flourishing, right?
So that's the point I'm trying to make is that, you could have a good system, but trust and believe if you don't have the right quarterback for the system, I don't really believe in system quarterbacks. You know what I believe in? I believe in game managers. Like, for example, when the Ravens had Trent Dilfer, you understand? You have a game manager. You know what they used to call our old QB that went to KC, Alex Smith. You got a game manager, right? What you got to understand is that game managers just making sure you don't make any mistakes.
Right.
But Brock Purdy, he's doing passes that they're like, dang, he's not even supposed to make that pass, right? Because they get kind of, they're like, he's going across body, he's doing this and doing that. Nah, he feels it. He understands what he's doing. And the ball placement is what I'm looking at. You understand? There's no way Jimmy G could have done that. There's no way Trey Lance could have did that. So it's not even about no quote unquote system. There's you either have a good quarterback or you have a game manager. And a lot of teams in the NFL got game managers right now. A lot.
Yep.
It is, and it's sad. It's very sad.
I agree.
And let's think about it. That 54-yard throw to Debo was the fifth read on that route. Think about that. He was the fifth read, and he's looking around that field and scanning that field and saw that he was going to have to step on Adams. As soon as he saw Adams take that step in, he's like, I don't care if he's 5. He's going to be open. I'm going to go for it. And he said that's what he said in his presser. He says, I saw him saw him take those 2 steps down because of the fake. And I knew Debo would be open. So, fuck 1, 2, 3. I'm going 5 because we're gonna get this. And he put it, man. You couldn't throw a better ball. You could not throw a better ball than that ball he threw to Debo.
Yes.
Debo did not have to slow down, not speed up, and it dropped right here in his pocket. Like you couldn't. It was amazing.
And
he threw so far.
Oh, go ahead, Rio.
No, last thing. He wins out the season. There is no reason why he shouldn't be MVP.
I think he wins out. He wins out. I agree. Personally honest with you, but that's just me.
No, I'm just going because you feel like you gotta have to do extra. You know what I mean? For him to get MVP at this point because he's Mr. Irrelevant. I don't know how. To me, I don't know how the NFL feels that somebody last pick is having so much success. Are they happy about that because it's a good story, or are they kind of mad because then it makes all the top picks, like, dang, look at this, man. They wasted all this money.
A lot of these cats that think they know who's coming in hot in these drafts and stuff. This guy gets totally looked over. Like you said, last pick of the draft, no one even sees this guy coming.
Right.
Nobody senses or even has a quiver in knowing that this man was going to possess what he can possess. Because like you said, it takes somebody very special to be able to come to the NFL and play the game of the NFL as a quarterback. And number one, know how to read defenses and know what's coming at you. 2, know how to put the ball right in the breadbasket while these guys are in their routes, without having to break their routes and everything. Be able to do that. That's hard for any quarter, even some of the best that come out right now. I mean, all those number 1 draft picks or whatever, right? There's no guys that are doing what Brock Purdy has done in such a short time.
Yeah, man.
Just think about it. He started doing this last year when he got his big break.
He did.
Yep.
Right? He came in, took over I think for the Dolphin game when Jimmy got hurt. Yep. Obviously flowed through that. And then he takes on Mr. World Champ and his Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Mr. 7-time Super Bowl Tom Brady, makes him look like a fool. I mean, right there, that should have told you something like, damn, who is this kid? I mean, like, this is just crazy. But obviously, we all had to be patient. We had to wait and see what this guy was going to bring. Now we're almost through the second season of his second season, or his first whole season. The guy's got the numbers that he's just making other quarterbacks just look bad. He's making all these Dax and Jalen Hurts, all these first round guys. He's making them look so bad, and it's leaving a bad taste in a lot of these sports analysts' mouths, and they just can't take it. And that's why, like you said, Monty, they just trying to think about let's create something, so we don't look stupid. Let's just say Purdy is a system quarterback now, and he could just, he just has to maintain like anybody can flush. No, they can't. Like, where do you get this mess?
We've been down that road before.
Thank you.
We found somebody in the Niners, and I don't know if you guys realize this, man. People always talk about, man, how did Niners make all these moves? How they make this move? How they make this move? But how much did it help us that we got Brock Purdy for the cheap?
Oh, yeah.
And we got rid of Trey Lance. You understand?
Was the number 1 pick that obviously made this organization look really stupid. But
it's okay. It's okay, because you know what I'm impressed with? They were able to say, you know what? F it. We made a mistake. Let's move on.
He moved on for it.
Let's move on, and we good right here. And we made our decision. We're not going to force this down just because of ego, because we made a mistake and we got to stick by it. Man, forget that, man. Just let that go. And look, he's still third string. Still third string. I don't even know if he's third string. Is he emergency or,
no, he's third string.
Emergency ICU backup quarterback.
Yeah, ICU quarterback. I don't even know what he's doing. But
yeah, and then now I want to let me see if I can find it. I should have had it ready, but let me see if I can get it real quick.
He's second in yards and touchdowns behind Dak.
Right.
If he keeps playing like this, I could see 304 touchdowns against Arizona next week. First time in a while though, we had a 100-yard rusher, 200-yard receivers, and a 300-yard passer. Last week in Seattle. And we would have had Kittle just missed 100. He had 75.
And that's the other thing. He's spreading the love too, man. I know the team feel good. The team feel good. Everybody getting the love. So it's not just one receiver. Here's my favorite receiver, man. Come on, dude.
He's got everybody involved getting a piece of the pie. You know, he's actually Brock Purdy, if you think about it, coming from Jimmy to Brock Purdy, and George Kittle in the middle of this now, he kind of resurrected George Kittle's career.
Oh, yeah.
Even though Jimmy was George Kittle's boy, Jimmy was not helping George Kittle out in some of his plays and passes to him, besides getting him killed half the time. But now Brock Purdy steps in. George Kittle is killing it. Why? Because you have a quarterback that can put the ball where it needs to be at the proper time where it needs to be for him to catch and score real easy.
Do you remember when Purdy came in? When Purdy came in last year, I think Kittle had no touchdowns.
Right. You're right.
He ended up with 7, right?
And then he ended up, man, he was getting fed so much. I mean, you could see the happiness. And then this year he had 3 touchdowns in one game.
Yep.
Like how many times we had multiple touchdowns by a player? We had CMC with 3 in the game. We had Kittle with 3 in the game. And we had Debo with 3 in the game. You telling me a quarterback that is spreading the like that in the NFL right now? Find me one.
Nobody.
Find me one.
The one they're going to keep throwing up there is the sorry Dak Prescott. I mean, yeah, he's obviously Dak's being Dak. Like he always has a rather good season, right? He gets the Cowboys in the playoffs.
Yeah, but he's finally not turning the ball over. That's why.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. That too. But this year, teams that they've been blowing out and playing weren't great teams. They've had, to me, a rather easy schedule. So there's a lot of deceiveness going on. Part of the best game they had was against Philadelphia, which they won. But other than that, to me, they haven't really impressed me. No. They got off of Philly.
They got the hardest road to keep that division too. Yeah, because they go to Buffalo, they go to Miami, and they play Detroit.
Because of that win, now you see how quick all these sports analyst guys are all back on the Dak train and Cowboys now. Oh, yeah, Cowboys, they're finding their groove now, and Dak's the best. All this hype is like, dude, okay, fine.
They don't want to say that Brock Purdy's
guys want to believe. That's the problem. There's one team that they got to worry about, and it's the red and gold, and they're not going to beat. They're not going to beat.
That's if they could get to us. That's if they could get to us.
Well, that's the one thing I can say. The announcers are also saying, that Dak's playing better, Cowboys are good, Dak should be MVP, but they're also saying that they can't beat us, that we're still the best team in the NFL. They just don't want to give Brock Purdy the props. They don't want to give him his
flowers, man.
No, they don't want to give him his flowers.
And the one thing they're saying,
let them keep hating. It's going to build up the fire in that kid. He keeps going. We're going to be all right.
Real quick, let me play this, man. I want to play this for you guys because now we got another idiot that for some reason, Cam Newton.
I heard about something he said.
You heard about this? Let me see if I can play this. I'm going to put it on the mic and see if you guys can hear it okay.
But Brock, they're not winning because of him.
He's not turning the ball over.
He's managing the game. And if we were to put that in its own right as game managers, Brock Purdy Tua Tagovailoa, Jared Goff, and really, Dak Prescott. These are game managers. They're not difference makers.
And when you say game manager, I'm not asking you to go out and win the game. I'm just asking you not to lose.
Not to lose the game. Listen, motherfucker. I don't give a damn what you do. You don't have to score every time. You just don't have to throw a pick every time either. If we're going to really call a spade, a game manager is different than a game changer.
Okay, that's about the extent of
that. Call a spade a spade. What the hell did he do in his career?
Man,
thank you,
man.
Come on, man. Cam Newton, the guy that couldn't win a Super Bowl.
Let's plug you into our offense, Cam. Let's plug you in. You went back to the Panthers, and you couldn't even win a game when you went back there. You couldn't even win one game. You understand? With all your
hate is real.
It ain't
hate is real. That's all I'm gonna say.
Super real.
For attention.
Game manager stuff. I didn't even hear that quote. Like Cam Newton for real.
I just saw that earlier today.
Nobody even picked you up. You healthy. Nobody even picked you up to get back in the NFL.
Thank you. I was like,
Kaepernick got a better chance of getting into the NFL than you. Come on, man. I
had listened to that 2 or 3 times because I was just so shocked hearing what I was hearing out of this man's mouth. I go, you have got to be kidding me. Anybody trying to make a little name for himself now, he gonna come out here, try to put his little 2 cents in on system quarterbacks. You know, like what the hell were you?
The only one
quarterback.
I might agree with him on is the Tua situation after last night. When I saw Tyreek go out and I see how the offense was so horrible, I was like, okay.
But that's the thing. That's another thing they're holding over Brock's head because of the 3-game stretch that they didn't have Debo and Trent Williams.
No, first of all, listen, Trent Williams is different.
To last year. Yeah, I know, but that's what they keep saying. But let's rewind to last year. 3 of those games he played, Debo wasn't playing. Debo was out weeks 14, 15, Seattle, Raiders. I can't remember the last team, but three games, Debo was out with a knee injury before the playoff stretch.
Yes,
he played. So now it can't be possible that he had a bad stretch. Let's be real. Cleveland, he had a terrible game, but in the end, he got us down the field.
Scoring. Yeah, that was not playing good until
he got a concussion. Cincinnati's another story. I don't think he was supposed to be. He probably wasn't 100%, but Cincinnati was the worst game out of the 3. But then again, it was the worst game for the defense too because they couldn't even stop.
Right, and like you said, he come back from a little back concussion, so he probably wasn't 100%, even though he was out there trying.
But they're holding that 3-game stretch over his head. Right?
Okay.
So now Jalen Hurts just lost to us Cowboys. If they lose to Seattle next week, are they going to hold that 3-game stretch over his head?
Yeah, exactly. Nope. Jalen Hurts, number 1 pick. Oh yeah, we're gonna give this guy his. We're giving his flowers.
He's hurt, and they're not letting him on to it. His knee is really hurt, and they keep doing that tush push. They're gonna end his career early with that damn tush push.
And he's okay because they're gonna end the tush push next year. There ain't gonna be no tush push next year.
They're talking about banning it, right?
They're gonna ban it. They're gonna ban it because when you think about it, the play should be illegal because the player's not even using his own power to do anything. You got somebody. It's an organized thing where you're pushing. You're actually pushing another player. And it was banned before, but they changed the language and the rules. And the Eagles spotted that loophole and then used it to their advantage.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you can't lean on somebody else to block a field goal.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't lean on them.
Yeah, that's same thing. You using you using instead of you being one man trying to do something. Now you got super strength. You know what I mean? Now you extra power, and they're using that because of his upper body power. Because Jalen, he could lift. He's
a big dude.
He's a big dude. So they're like, man, all we need to do is help you in the back.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope they do away with that because
it's gonna be done. It's gonna be done, but it's okay because we're gonna win this.
Eventually, he's gonna land the wrong way, and he's gonna hurt himself.
Oh yeah, I'm just
probably feeling that already for them things.
Because, like you said, you're running around there with a gimp knee as it is, and it's just gonna take someone to freaking just fall on him the wrong way. It's like, see, shouldn't have been running around, but
And they're supposed to let us, and I'll be real with you, especially with the NFL being so open about gambling now, right? Gambling is okay. Everybody's cool to the point where ESPN got a gambling thing. They got ESPN Bet. Everybody got a bet thing going on.
Yeah.
You're supposed to disclose these injuries. And because that changes how you're going to bet. That's going to change the spreads. And I feel like there's some pieces of Vegas, because I'm in Vegas. I'm always going to throw Vegas involved. I feel like there's a piece of Vegas that's helping them hold information in order for people to get caught in some trap bets where they think that the Eagles should be favored by this much, but they shouldn't be because they actually got an injury going on. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't like that. And that's why I look at things real closely. And that's why I mentioned that before we played the Eagles. I said, look, I see the chinks in the armor for the Eagles. People are caught up with that spread saying that we shouldn't be favored. They're 10-1. They should be favored. Yeah. Man, that was all smoke and mirrors, man. People had to pay attention to the games, the 3 games in a row. They should have lost 3 games in a row before getting to us.
Yep.
Each one, people say they found a way to win.
Yeah.
No, man, they got lucky 3 times.
Yep. He sure did.
And now we're caught up to them. So that's why the Niners and the Cowboys got them. And they lucky that Seattle ain't in full strength because they might get them.
Exactly. That's why I called it a couple of weeks. I said, you know what? I let them fools know on Instagram because I be following some of them Ewok guys and everybody. I said, listen, I'm going to just tell you guys right now, you guys are set up for a big loss, and the 49ers are going to be the ones to give you that big loss. We're going to come in there. We're going to take care of business on your own home field because now you're going to find out and you're going to really know the real deal. And they did. And then I also said after that, I said, guess what? You guys are going to lose against Dallas after that. And look what happened.
Because Dallas was taking notes.
Good. Damn right. Dallas
was taking notes.
He softened them fools up. And, like Bosa said, man, we had the blueprint for them now. See, they've been exposed. Now defense going to pay attention and say, oh, this is what we have to do to stop Jalen Hurts. Okay. See, now it's not going to be as easy anymore. I just wanted to read real quick. And I listened to my boy David Lombardi, man. He says about Brock Purdy. He said Brock Purdy in 2023 has been the most accurate deep passing quarterback in documented NFL history. He has completed 66% of his deep passes over 20 yards for the last, and that's the most in the last 2 decades. No one has come close before those numbers. And the only other guy that was closest to him was last year was Tua from Miami. He had 55%. And this is according to PFF, what they've been tracking and stuff. So Brock Purdy, you are not a system quarterback. You are a Pro Bowler. You should get your flowers. But, I can see it's just going to take us to go out there, whoop everybody's ass, get that Super Bowl, get that 6th Super Bowl championship. And he probably still won't get his flowers. But you know what? We're going to walk away with the hardware. That's all we care about. Yep. Be honest with you. At the end of the day, you all still want to be fussing over this MVP and stuff, man. Stop it. Dak, everybody. Yeah, you guys are good, but you're not Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is killing everybody.
Hey, sidebar, Rio.
Yeah.
Have you heard from your boy Smoke? Is he okay?
Oh man, Smoke. I don't know.
You talk to him?
I haven't heard from him since, man. I know he's going through a lot. He's getting, he's getting killed right now because the Cowboys and the Niners got on his boys. He knows he knows. He knows what's going on. He's a real.
Send him all regards when you speak to him.
No doubt, man.
Yeah.
I got a long list.
Regards.
I got a long list of homies that has been through it because of the Niners. And, I'm looking for some new fans. I'm looking for some Ravens fans, man. I need a Ravens fan.
We need some Raven fans in the house. Man. We got to get some Raven fans on the
I need all the fans.
I know anybody that's a Ravens fan.
We need somebody. I'm making bets with everybody.
Yeah, I actually have.
I know somebody, but they're not like a real Ravens fans where they'll talk smack and stuff like that. They're more like laid back,
Yeah,
It's not somebody you can bring on the show.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm undefeated, man.
Yeah, I gotta put out the search for somebody to see if they're willing to come on, because we're pretty lucky having a opponent from another team come on the show, and then
We undefeated, man.
we went defeated. Exactly. The team always ends up losing against us, so it's kind of good to get somebody on the show from Baltimore. I'm going to try working on it, see if I can find someone. Hopefully rather quickly. I'm going to ask you guys this question real quick. Now, since the rookie, our number one but third round pick, Jair Brown, how do you feel about this man's gameplay? And do you think possibly Talanoa Hufanga better be looking over his shoulder because of this man's play? Because he had another interception in this game, and this guy's kind of picking up
8 solo tackles.
8 solo tackles, man. And how do you feel? Like, I mean, if you were to compare him to Talanoa, who you feeling out of between the two? Do you think he still has more to prove? Or, I mean, I know it's only been like 2-3 games or whatever.
Yeah.
But do you like what you see in the rookie? 49 faithful. Do you guys like what you see in the rookie? Hit me in the comments. Let me know if you would rather continue to have Jair Brown or Talanoa Hufanga. Right now, I'm liking Brown. I mean, I know he's still a little wet behind the ears, but I really believe this kid is going to be an outstanding player. This kid's going to be a Pro Bowler, man.
You ready for a hot take?
Hot take. Come on, Monty, bring it.
I'm gonna give you a hot take right now, because you know what? I hate to say it, but we're probably gonna be looking at Jair Brown as our starting strong safety coming. I'm seeing Hufanga. Unfortunately, Hufanga is going to be what we call a salary cap casualty.
Think so?
We can't pay everybody, right? So Brandon
over his shoulder.
Ayuk has got to get paid. I don't want to see Ayuk walk.
No.
Fortunately, being that he tore his ACL, that puts Hufanga on the back burner. If JR Brown keeps playing like this, they can afford to not extend Hufanga when they can spend that money on Ayuk, on everybody else, because we know they keep backloading these contracts. Eventually, it's going to catch up to us.
Yep.
Granted, we have what most teams don't have is not a lot of money tied up in our QB room because of Purdy, but we're still paying most of this 170. We're paying. A lot of people have contracts, so
right.
I was originally thinking Kittle was going to be the first casualty because he's long in the tooth already. He's one of the longest tenured players, and they drafted Latu and they drafted Braden Willis. But with this knee injury to Hufanga, with him being due his extension next year, unfortunately, I can see him being shipped off just so we can keep Ayuk. And you know what? If J.R. Brown keeps playing like that, I'm sorry. I love Hufanga, but it's a bit. We got to remember at the end of the day, it's a business.
Yeah,
right. Keep this team together. Unfortunately, sometimes moves need to be made like that.
Real. How are you feeling about it, man?
We're gonna lose people, but it's who we lose, right? It's like who and what Monty's saying makes 100% sense. It's just like what we did with Purdy, right? Purdy was an obvious better pick than Trey Lance. Let go Trey Lance. We saving money, and we got some time to use that to build because we're cheaper on Purdy. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna do the same thing on the safety position, and then we get to keep Ayuk. That's to me, that's more important. Because if we got another guy that's able to do the same job, I don't want him to go. I want to keep everybody.
Right.
But we know we got to lose somebody. It's got to catch up.
Oh, yeah.
We still got 3 more years till we got to play J.R. Brown. So,
yeah. And also, I think, I think Brock Purdy still got like another 3 or 4 years before he even gets his new contract, from what I heard. So, is it 3 years? Okay. So 3 more years for Brock Purdy. 2 years. Oh, 2 years? Really?
2 years he's eligible for his extension in the 4th year.
Oh, okay.
Wow. But wait. But they could extend him early, right?
if
They could.
Yeah.
So to me, if he win the Super Bowl, I would extend the man early as a gift. You can't just be having this man.
Do you think they put the franchise tag on him if he wins the Super Bowl?
That's another possibility too, or him or Ayuk.
Yeah,
but I think Ayuk's been with the team.
Yeah. If I had a part between Purdy and Ayuk, if I had a part with one Ayuk, I'm sorry.
100%, 100%. But
yeah, because we need the QB. Because without Purdy, there's no Ayuk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's why I also mentioned Kittle might be a casualty, especially if we win the Super Bowl. Because Kittle's already in his 7th year. He got his bag, and they like I said, they drafted 2 tight ends last year, Braden Willis and Cameron Latu. Yeah. So they're already looking for his replacement. You know what I mean? Because they know he's one of the he's one of the first. He's going to be on the downhill.
Right.
Yeah. Right. And the way he plays, I'm surprised. Thank God he's been healthy this year, but he's always in and out of the lineup.
But Kittle's.
So I'm telling you, I was having this conversation with a good friend of mine that's a Niner fan, and we were talking about Kittle. And then as soon as Hufanga went down with the knee injury, I was like, wow. And Jay, I think he had 8 or 9 solo tackles Sunday and an interception.
Yeah,
he's balling. He's playing. They were high on him too. They drafted him in the 3rd round. They didn't draft him in the 3rd round for no reason. So, like I said, it's a business. So unfortunately, we can't. It's going to be tough to keep this team together. But Brock Purdy being paid $850,000.
Someone's bag of coins are going to have to drop.
Hey, do we got any?
But the thing is, he can't hold out though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he can't. He's not in that window where he can hold out. So we can franchise tag him for a year, or can you only do the franchise tag on free agents?
Who are you talking about, Purdy?
I'm not sure about that.
I think you're
talking about Purdy.
Oh yeah,
because he's in the contract for 3 years or for 4 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But can you franchise tag somebody that's on the contract? I thought you can only franchise tag people that are free agents.
I think it's you have to be on your I think it's for restricted free agents.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Unrestricted free agents is different.
I mean, eventually he's going to get the bag, especially if he keeps playing like this. But
oh yeah, like you said, he brings home that big Super Bowl ring, boy. I'm telling you.
He'll get money in endorsements and other stuff.
What kind of picks do we have for next year?
We don't have any first rounders, I don't believe. Only second and down.
I thought we had one. No.
Oh,
I think we have one.
When we traded we might have one. You're right, because I think
they gave up I know they gave up like a couple of seconds and thirds, but I think we do have.
Yeah,
I feel like this year's draft is going to be nice, especially for teams that need QBs. Man, this year's draft is going to be nice for the teams that need some QBs. Trust me, it's going to be some changes that are going to be happening.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams out there that definitely need some new blood, that's for sure. But we have
a list here if you want.
Of what?
We do have a first round. We have a first round pick. We have a second round pick. We have 2 thirds, 2 fourths, 2 fifths, a 6th, and 2 7ths.
Yeah, see, we're all right. We gonna be good coming in next season in that draft. The San Francisco
the bottom of the first though.
It's okay. It was okay. That's why I was making mention of that, because a lot of the beginning draft is going to be offense heavy. So there's a lot of stuff that we could do at the bottom, and we might be able to sneak in. You know
what? And they could probably trade up if they need to. I mean, if there's someone they got really an eye on, if they got that much draft capital in their pocket, they go up a second or third round or something to move up or something. That might help. Yep. But we'll, when that day comes, we're gonna definitely we'll have the old draft party show and get more into that, which is gonna be fun. The Niners gonna face the Arizona Cardinals, the next bird game we have to see, and going into this game, Arizona Cardinals. The record's obviously not that great, but hey, they are a Division West team, and can't take any of these teams lightly, even the ones that are sorry, because those are the ones that sometimes come up and bite you out of nowhere. But how the Niners prepare and get ready for this? I mean, their secondary now Ward's kind of a little banged up. I'm not sure if he's going to play coming back. They might have to, I think I want to say Diamador, Lenore, and Embry Thomas are probably going to move to cornerback positions if Ward can't play.
This be a good game for Ward to sit down.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's going to be a good game for a few people to sit down because Hargrave, I think, is nursing a hamstring. That was looking scary for a minute, but then I last heard that there is a chance he still might play on Sunday. So I'm kind of like, wow.
Him and Ward are looking okay.
Yeah, they should both let both those guys sit out. If I'm coach, I'd rather let them guys sit out and get ready for this Baltimore game because I feel like, I think we should be able to handle Arizona. If these guys don't play, and I think we'll be all right. It's just backup talents just got to step up, man, and do their thing. But Kyle Murray's back, man, and this guy. We always have problems with these quarterbacks. They run all over the damn place.
Not this year.
I think they, after playing, Mr. Jalen Hurts and company, I think they're gonna be well ready and tested, Mr. Kyle Murray, and I don't think he.
Murray's a little quicker to the outside than Hurts.
Yeah, I was watching the highlights actually of the game, their game against Pittsburgh, and he didn't, even though he still kind of runs out the pocket sometimes, but he doesn't look the same to me. Like he don't look like with that. I mean, he still got good speed, but he don't look like he's running with that top speed like he was before. You know what I mean? And I notice he stays more in the pocket now, trying to make more of a play. But he will take off if he does have the gap or route to make a big play or something. So Niners got to be ready for him. You know what I mean? And they just got to contain him. Don't let him run out the pocket. And just keep him back there like they did with Jalen Hurts. Give up the big stuff. So, but I don't think they still got Connors. I know they got him for running back. I'm not sure even who they have for their receivers. I know they got a tight end that's looking pretty good. I forgot the guy's name, but he made a couple of good plays against Pittsburgh. But I think the Niners should be able to handle these guys and take care of business, get that dub. But hopefully, like I said, if they can rest Hargrave, let him sit out, and Ward, I think that would be good. That would benefit us a lot. Getting ready for Baltimore Ravens because we're gonna need all the boys back, especially on defense for the Ravens.
Yeah, we came out pretty banged up against Seattle.
Yeah, even Greenlaw. I think he even got a little back on the legs or something. And like
Burks, they're saying Aaron Burks is gonna miss a couple of weeks.
Oh yeah, that's right. So a rookie gonna have to step up. The other linebacker, I forgot his gentleman's name, but. A lot of guys, man. New blood's gonna step on up and step in and get it done. Yeah, winners. There you go. D winners. So. We'll
hey, can I ask you a question though? It just dawned on me with this injury stuff. Yeah. So now that they put Ray McLeod on the IR, they're talking that Debo is going to be returning more kicks.
Really?
How do you feel about that? I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I never liked Debo doing kicks returning kicks or running with the ball because he's our receiver, and that's what we need him for, and
put Ronnie Bell out there.
Right.
Exactly.
Ronnie Bell, he's done it in college, so he should be able to do a fair
hands down. Ronnie Bell all day.
I think you could just catch the ball. You don't even have to get flashy and run with it. Just catch it. Go down if you have to.
The chance of you breaking off a kickoff return is low anyway. So I'm good with Ronnie Bell doing it, but not Debo, man. When I saw that against the Eagles, I was like, whoa, wait a minute. What's going on? So I was not happy with
that's
that.
probably Debo just telling him to put me out there too, though. You know what I mean?
I
but
know.
It's just he runs so hard and he plays so hard. It's like
he does. But Debo's starting to he's coming into his season right now. That brother's man. Debo's like looking kind of, he looked kind of sick. We threw that pass downfield, pretty to him downfield. He said, I wasn't sure he was going to send that, but when I turned around, I see it, and then I had to pick up my speed because he wasn't going his full speed. And then when he looked at and saw Brock Purdy throwing it down to him, that's when he was like, "Oh, I got to run and catch up with this sucker." You know what I mean? And he's kind of got that extra gear, that extra switch that he could just take off like a rocket, man, which is so incredible for Debo. So, I'm not crazy about him returning kicks. And you don't want to risk him the injury, especially on being a punt returner. That's don't work for me neither.
Hopefully they don't go with it. We'll see what happens.
So real quick, while we get ready to round this up, for the 49er faithful, for those faithful that are heading out from the Bay, that's going to be going down to Arizona this weekend, like me. There's a lot of events happening. I thought hopefully Tony would have been on the show. He would have been able to talk about, but I'm gonna have to do it for him because he's not here. We got some happenings going on. I'm just gonna throw the poster up. We got the Go Rush tour happening in Arizona. This is how the Arizona invasion itinerary is gonna happen. Friday. If there's some great cigar smokers out there, they're gonna have this event at the Fine Ash Cigars, which is, I can't even read the address on this thing, but it's going to be on Friday, December 15th. It's going to be whiskey sampling and cigars, so it's going to be just kind of cool, relaxed, before the real party starts. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get the cigar lovers out there, have a few cigars, just chill. And last time we did that, we had it in Las Vegas. It was really fun. And I'm not a cigar smoker, but I was there, but the bar and place where they had it at was really nice, and even seeing a few players that was walking up in there, which was pretty cool. I guess a lot of them, they go back in the little private room, so get their cigar around with their boys. But on Saturday, it's going to be the big what we got here? Oh, Dave and Buster's, and of course our guy John Taylor will return again. He's going to be out there hanging out with the 49er faithful. We had a great time when we were at the Philadelphia Gold Bar Whiskey distillery out there in Treasure Island, watching the game. And man, guys, I don't know. Yeah, you guys ever met John Taylor? This brother, man, he's so cool, man. I mean, like he was so cool with the fans. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he just talking, chopping it up with everybody. He was up on stage, he was talking, and he always seemed such like a rather reserved kind of person. You didn't really expect that. But man, he was hella cool and took pictures with him and everything, and he was, even people that didn't pay for autographs or whatever, he's signing autographs and everything, man. He's having a good time with the 49er faithful, but he's gonna be back. He's gonna be back in Arizona with us, Dave and Buster's, and it's like they're saying that it's $39 for any item, if you want to get signatures with him and stuff. I'm sure you have pictures and all that kind of stuff. It's gonna be happening, man. We're gonna have a lot of peeps out there. Baldies and of course Gold Bar Whiskey is gonna be out there, and all these guys, and that's gonna be put on with the 408 swag. So they're gonna be doing a thing that Saturday on the 16th from 10 o'clock in the morning to 5 p.m. So that's where we're gonna be hanging out all day, having a good time. And of course Sunday there will be the game, and everybody's we have a tailgate happening that's put on by the 49er South Bay swag. If you want to get, I guess you get tickets, $30 tickets for tacos and some side dishes and beverages. You can Venmo at Ruben-Gonzalez-66 on Venmo, and or PayPal at RG Rocks 1976. We're going to be in the yellow lot at State Farm Stadium. So the yellow lot is where the tailgate will be, and the 49er field will be hanging out over there. So make sure you guys, if you're coming on out, make sure you come on out and hang out, have a good time. 49er faithful, because every time we show up in Arizona, there's like a lot of faithful. I mean, there's a lot of 49er fans I think live out there. So every time we show up in Arizona, it's going to be, I guarantee you're talking about a good 50-60% of the stadiums be full.
What's those tickets looking like?
That's a good question, because I haven't even looked into tickets yet, but because the team's not doing so darn great, I can't imagine it being too expensive. So you probably get some
good deals, man.
$50-$60, I imagine.
I'm gonna have to look that up, man.
Yeah, you should come on out, man. You're right next door.
I need to come out for something, man. I mean, it's like somewhere.
Why don't you make that trip, Rio?
Man, I need to look that up.
Right down the road. That's what, about 3-hour drive for you, right? 4?
I ain't driving nowhere. Let it be known. I ain't driving nowhere.
You driving, all right. Well, you hop on that plane, you'll be there in 20 minutes, less than a half hour.
Thank you.
You don't even drive to the casino.
Man, tell him.
Oh, I was going to ask you, man, how was that Durango casino, man? I was looking at
the Durango.
Yeah, that looked nice. That little sports area they got there is cool.
It's real nice. The only complaint I have, and I think they did this on purpose, they had only 2 or 3 people at the cashier so you could cash your tickets out. So if you got chips, I mean, you
Oh.
got to go stand in line. The line was ridiculous. It took me an
Really?
hour. It took me an hour to get my money.
Wow.
You know what I'm
should have
saying?
kept your chips and went back the next day.
No, that's what they want you to do. I'm not
Oh.
doing that, man. I hit already.
Oh.
I hit already.
They don't want you to come back so you get the urge to sit back down.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
and
man.
lose your money back.
They wanted you to hold on to them chips and say, "Come on back."
Yeah, man. Forget
More
that.
later. Just keep those chips. Keep those chips. So just we get our money back.
Yeah. No, forget that.
Yeah. How long did you wait in line for?
About an hour and 20 minutes.
Dang. Wow.
I've never waited that long anywhere in Vegas for no money.
Wow.
And it was ridiculous. And I ain't gonna lie, they got that casino packed. Like the slot machines, you turn around and you could touch the person right behind you. Like,
oh really?
It is packed.
Really?
They're like once you walk through the door,
social distancing in there, huh?
No social distance. Once you walk through the door, you got none but the way they set it up. You gotta walk through gambling before you get to a bathroom, before you get to anything. You walking through just nothing but slot machines and tables, and before you get to tables, you walking through a sea of a slot machine. And they set it up real deep. They did.
Okay.
And they said they did all that on purpose. The whole layout. They make the bathrooms hard to find. They make everything they lay that sucker out so that you got a lot of temptation before you get to your destination.
I was checking out that pool area over there, man. I was like, wow, it looks pretty nice.
I didn't see the pool. I didn't even see the pool.
Pool looks nice, man. I know there's gonna be a lot of parties going on over there. Pool act.
I might need to check my VIP points over there because I go to the Stations, a part of the Stations casino, and I'm at platinum status because of all the gambling I did. That's why I moved over to the Caesars so I could earn diamond status over there. So but I still got that platinum. I need to go see what I can get over there.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm looking forward to next time coming out there. I'm definitely gonna check out the Durango, man. It looked like they had some real nice, fine restaurants up in there too. I mean, a lot of choices to pick from. It looked like they had some real good spots. I was like, wow, looks good. I like the sports book area the best.
Yeah, that was nice.
Nice little spot there to chill and kind of hang out, watch games, and get your bets on. I was gonna say last week's scores. I think look like Tone was probably the closest. He had 32-17. Final score was 28-16, and he looked like he was the closest. The rest of us were way over.
Who's that? Tony guy?
Yeah, Antonio.
What I said was mine.
Yours was Monty. You had 37-12. I had 38-10. Oh, they were close to sticking on that 10. He got that last touchdown. I was so pissed, but I was way over. 38. I had 38-10. Rio had 38-18. And your brother was kind of close. Well, he had 34-17. But yeah, he was pretty close. But Tone kind of beat him a couple of points there. So good pick.
Let me know what tickets you find. 'Cause I'm looking on Ticketmaster. I'm seeing 180, 150.
What for the game?
Yeah.
Dude, you got to wait till like the last minute to get to. I always wait till like the day of the game because man, they'll drop about $100.
Wow.
Usually.
They desperate, right?
Yeah. Because I was, I saw like my original seats at the Niner game at Levi, they were going for like about 200, and I was like, wow, that was a lot. I was kind of like, and that was like the day, like literally the day before. But then I saw them drop down just as game time came around. They dropped down to like 132, 130 something. So sometimes it's good to wait in certain situations, if but you're telling me that's the cheapest ticket they got that right now is 100. How much
on
was it?
Ticketmaster? I see 150.
150?
Yeah, for the solo, for one ticket.
What about for two people?
For two people,
probably less.
I don't know why they're saying what is it 180? No, it's 180 per person for the two people.
180?
150 per person. 150 if you're just doing single seat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's gonna drop, man. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till day of the game, close to like maybe a few hours before the game. See what they got. But speaking of the game, Monty, what's your score, bro? What do you think? Arizona.
I think we're going to bounce back, and it's not going to be as close as this one was.
What's your score, people? If you're watching, drop it in the
I'm
comments.
going 34 to 12.
34 to 12. Okay. All right. 34-12, Monty. Rio. Come on, baby. What you got? What you got?
See, I got mixed ideas, right? So I feel like this is one of those games where it's going to be closer than it needs to be for some reason. It might be because we resting people or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They got the spread at 13 and a half. I'm
Really?
thinking we're going to win by 10.
Uh-huh.
You know, I'm gonna give it just to go off the spread that I think it's going to be.
Mm-hmm. What's the total points? You know?
Total points, I think it's like 48 or something like that. Wait, let me go double check. What is the total points? That's a good question. It's right here. Yeah, 48. So 48 is the total points.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I'm thinking we're gonna score about maybe like 42. I just can't see AZ scoring 32 points on us. I can't see that. So if I think Niners are gonna score 42, and I'm thinking they're gonna keep it close, there's no way Arizona's gonna score 32 points.
Mm-mm.
That's not happening.
So
Sounds like it.
42-17, man. 42-17.
42-17.
So now you got them covered.
So they're gonna clean house.
So I got them covering. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're gonna take Niners in the points. See what they cover. So 7-8-9. Okay, so yeah. So you're gonna bet the over. All
More
right.
than the over, I feel like because when I just talked about it, it makes no sense because I know the Niners going to score.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see the Arizona scoring that much to be that close. We'd have to be sleeping on defense for that to happen.
Mm-hmm. Or play lousy. No pressure on Kyle.
Right.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with about I'm gonna say I don't know, something like 32-17. Yeah. Let's say 32-17. Niners. The Niners, baby. Let's get this W. And let's clinch the NFC West by beating the Arizona Cardinals so we can just walk on down the line. And I just hope this don't turn into a trap game. Because you know they got Ravens coming up Christmas Day. And
Seattle should have been the trap game.
Yeah, Seattle. Everybody thought Seattle was going to be the trap game.
That's what I kind of thought too. But they kind of came out just playing. They played good. They just weren't sharp. We had like what? Three interceptions that we could have had. They dropped. You want to
know what I'm starting to see too is now that they're getting more film on Purdy, these teams are starting to try a new little trickeries and little changes in their defense.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why he's been getting off to that slow start. Because now he reads it and then he's picking it up because they're throwing a couple of nuances that he hasn't seen yet. And that's why, if you think about it, the first drive, he handed the ball off to CMC, boom, gone. Mm-hmm. Second drive, they're trying to throw the ball, and there's a couple little, and now he goes back, he looks at the tape, and he's like, oh, all right. And now between him and Kyle, they work it out.
I see what y'all guys trying to do to me now.
You know what I
Telling
mean?
you guys, I've been impressed with Kyle, man. He usually does all his adjustments second half. He's been doing them in the second quarter.
On the fly, yeah.
Yeah, he's been doing them like by the second quarter. He's doing his changes. I'm like, okay, because I'm always like second half. I'm like, it's all good. We'll get him in the second half. But now he's like, nah, second quarter.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I think depending on the situation, he probably, at times I think he can adjust a little quicker at times, but then, yeah, sometimes it's like, oh, second half we'll look at this and see what we got to do. But Brock Purdy's handling the pressure really well. I mean, no matter what defense is throwing at him, he's been, he catches on, like you said, pretty quickly, and he makes some adjustments because I see him out there even in the first few plays. He remember. I don't know, was the first call, was it actually the first play with CMC when he ran it, but he called an audible. You see him?
He ordered a lot of the first play to that.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, he's calling an audible. What's going on? He see something. You see something happening. So, he's doing this thing and
made the right
should
call,
be MVP.
obviously.
Brock Purdy should be MVP. And you guys, you sports analysts out there, man, need to eat crow because this boy, give him his flowers because he's going to be due. Y'all wait and see. It's gonna happen. We'll see them. We'll see y'all in Vegas. I'll just say it like that. But all right. So again, everybody, at this, if you've been watching, I appreciate you supporting the channel. Make sure you hit subscribe, like, catch us on podcasts. We're out there on podcasts, and if you don't get to check in with us, because it's holidays now. I know everybody's out shopping, but we're on Spotify, Apple, iHeart, Amazon, Google, all that, man. You guys can ride and cruise to listen to us and listen to the show, man. But we appreciate all the support and love. And guys, I appreciate y'all. And quick shout out to the love of my life, Nine Aglow. Celebrating our anniversary today, December 12th.
Yeah. Congratulations.
26 years and 31 years of being together. So truly blessed. I love her. Huh?
I love that. 31 years, man.
Yeah, we've been 31 years together. So we're truly blessed, man, and I can't thank her enough for all that she does for me and his family and everything. So great mom, everything. She's wonderful. But we're gonna that's why we're gonna do it up extra this weekend. We're gonna celebrate. We gotta celebrate that.
Yeah.
Do it big.
Have a drink for me.
I will. I gotta do it in moderation though. See, I don't want to have Nine of burnout. Can't have Nine of burnout before the game. So I got to do it in moderation, real slow. All right, fellas. I appreciate y'all, man. Until we're gonna get back at it on Tuesday, and holidays are fastly approaching. So, but we got the big one coming up after this. But let's get this W first and get this NFC title West wrapped up, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be the next mission of Mission Impossible 6, and we got to wrap up. We out of here. 49 Faith. You guys take care. We'll see you later.